by merit. By and large, everybody refused to go. We must applaud those Zimbabweans. So even from his own cabinet, Mugabe is no more mandate. He's finished. Yes. So that's what I said. Yesterday, I happened to pass through Parliament to see the Speaker. All ZANU-PF MPs were at ZANU-PF headquarters moving the motion that Mugabe should be impeached. And we want to applaud them for making that decision. But there was one lone MP who was there, a lone minister who was not there. It was Bonyongwe, the Minister of Justice. He was trying to persuade Mugabe to call for a cabinet to pass the budget, trying to prevail upon the Speaker. We are saying, Comrade Bonyongwe, you are a comrade. I know him when he was my junior at St. Augustine's. We know him, he followed to the war. We know him that he is trying to play a role which is contrary to what the other ministers and MPs are doing. Comrade Bonyongwe, stop it. After all, when we want to make a review of our present problem, the most important eye of the government is the CIO. And until recently was the leader, he was the Director General of the CIO. All the road which have forced you people of Zimbabwe to suffer so much, the CIO should have been vigilant. All the problems which have finally forced the army, which is normally just there to protect the borders, to intervene in national politics to correct, would have been corrected if CIO had done its job. If the police had done its job. You were derelict on duty, Bonyongwe, as Mugabe was. If you want, we can go further and begin to ask why you were derelict on duty. And we have reason. Yes, and we know his background because one of the most reactionary American professors at the Kennedy School of Government, his name is Robert Rodbeck, who is a great admirer of Rhodes. And all of you are young people, go and read this name, R-O-B-E-R-T, R-O-T-B-E-R-G. This is Robert Rodbeck. He is the main mover behind all this commotion which we have seen in the last 4 or 5 weeks. He was in Zimbabwe 5 weeks ago to come and cause the problems which we face right now. Robert Rodbeck is the outright culprit. And if you look at him, he has written a book with Bonyongwe. Bonyongwe was one of the co-authors. And this book is actually the foundation of an American army called Africa in Africa. It was written in 2000. We don't want to go into too many details about the conduct of some of our comrades in this matter. But what we are appealing right now is that we want a Zimbabwe united, all Zimbabweans together. We have no issues with what somebody may have done in the past right now. We just want Mugabe to go. But they should stop playing any role negative to try to stop, which makes Mugabe think he can spend another second in office. We appeal to Bonyongwe, we appeal to the Chiangwas, because they are running around saying the way was Jimba and the dynasty Chiangwa. Please stop it, tell your men to go. And I say, Kanachiri Chidao, Kanachiri Uri Zinza. Taurira mwana wenye achizokera kwa Zimba. Wayakaya kwana. So this to us is, we are just sending out a signal to our fellow Zimbabweans who may be still trying to make Mugabe stay longer, that the time is up. If we come again next time, we'll be having a roll call of who the people are. And then, when eventually things turn, we may want them to account for their actions. But the time for them to repent is now. The Jesus of politics is about to come back. Before he arrives, they must repent. Otherwise, it's too late. We want them to go on the other side. These are the people I've singled out. You know, in particular, those who went to his cabinet this morning is his family. And two, the former Director General, the Minister of Justice. We can go and dig a lot of things. He should change his role and join other comrades who we fought with, so that we have a unison voice from all the people associated with the war veterans, those in the army and out. We unite in one voice. Mugabe, go. Including Comrade Bonyongwe. Tell Mugabe, go. That's what we want from him. By and large, comrades, this is our message. I emphasize the Zimbabwean initiative which we have now. It's not expedient. It's just not for today. We, the war veterans, want it to be the same initiative of collective responsibility and collective duty to our country, regardless of where you are coming from, to say want to build Zimbabwe to start on a new leaf. No more name calling across any political lines. No more name calling. Zwana pasi right. Every Zimbabwean is your sister. Every Zimbabwean is your brother. Every Zimbabwean from a political party is your fellow political mentor. We want all of Zimbabweans to continue to be together. And this is the Zimbabwean which we want with war veterans. And you showed it on Saturday when all of you come. And we also want the responsible political statements. Any divisive political statements we don't tolerate anymore. We don't want any divisive political statements. And to the international community, to the business community, we start with the business community. But before I get there, I go to one particular appeal. There are some young people who are abusing the internet to try now to claim to be leaders of this thing, to try to divide the people and to try to cause confusion. We always want to work with law and order institutions of the country. You showed on Saturday that Zimbabweans, you are disciplined. We don't want people who encourage some sorrow. But if you are doing something somewhere to try to cause confusion in the land, please stop it. Next time we'll be coming here, we'll be naming those names to say we want to cause confusion among the young people. We don't want that. We are also very happy with the students who are saying, they are right, those students. In another epoch, we were also at university, we were also students. We actually said we will not live another life. Another life, with only one, until Smith is gone. So this little sacrifice of the students to say as a signal to Mugabe to go, we welcome it. Please, the students, you used to keep saying go, Mugabe, go from universities. So this is very important. We are appealing to the businessmen in the country. Should we again call for a march and everybody coming to Harare, we would want you to support. We are calling to the diaspora. This is your occasion. You are part of the Zimbabwean community, the new diaspora from the young people, but the old diaspora from the old Rhodesian. They are coming from the same country, the whites. And they were all there in full force on Saturday. And other racial groups in Zimbabwe, the Indians, they all come back on Saturday. This is Zimbabwe incorporated. We are all in it together. We are encouraging you to remain one and the same with the people of Zimbabwe. And should we call for another march, we call upon you to support again that march. But we are very hopeful that Mugabe can make it unnecessary for us to continue to have press conferences, for us to continue to call people to march by simply throwing in his towel and giving the chance the country to start on a new leaf. That's all we want. He has nothing which he could not do in 37 years, which he can do in the extra time, which is all the niceties of living office with dignity. He can do that after he has offered his resignation. Actually, we can even pile more accolades on him about what he may want, unless if, of course, his demands are lawful. If they stole money, we will not allow him to say he can proceed away with the money, because that's what his wife was doing. That we cannot accord. But anything else which is reasonable and dignified, when it's spelled out in the Constitution, he can live with that as long as he lives now and says, I'm resigning. We can negotiate the terms afterwards, but he must say, I'm gone and gone forever. Zimbabwe wants to be rid of you. Go, go, go. Now, suka wena, suka.
What you saw yesterday. But also hearing that the same person was found to be coercing some of the legislators using money so that they don't vote against the impeachment. Did you hear that, and what do you make of that?
Well, we are not going to. I've given you an indication, including giving you names which can make you understand the proper history of the man. So we are giving him, we have made it very public. We don't want to go into details. We are very happy that his fellow MPs and fellow from ZANU-PF, they didn't bother to listen to him. We are also very happy that his fellow ministers in cabinet, and he's a new minister, I was in that cabinet. He wants to wield more influence than the ministers who have been there before. They ignored him and they didn't go to Mugabe's cabinet call. So Bonyongwe, we are just telling you, please stop it. That's all we are saying. Another question? We are very happy. Again, the press was here. We are very happy with all of you who have come. We are happy with the children of the Zimbabwe National War veterans who are here and their representatives. But we are also happy with the Zimbabweans from all walks of life. We have managed to come to this press conference. It is for you. It is for Zimbabwe, and it is a Zimbabwean initiative. Thank you so much.